So you're the sidekick. I'm not the sidekick.
Really
Cross.
now.
Yeah, I'm cross. Cross kin. That makes you the sidekick. So welcome to Cross and Kin, where Kristen is the sidekick.
As he said, I'm Kristen, he's Randy, and today we are looking at some Disney sidekicks. Disney sidekicks, they are characters that honestly half the time people like a little bit more than the main characters.
Many times I have found, I mean, you find yourself navigating towards the sidekicks just because they are there for comic relief. They're there for the not drama, not so much the drama.
Also, a lot of the times the sidekicks get the better songs
That is
than the
true. That is
protagonists.
true. A lot of times the sidekicks get the best songs.
But we are doing a top 10, and we're finally returning to our regular top 10 format with 5 honorable mentions and a top 10. Because, guys, guess what? There's a lot of sidekicks
There
at
are a lot of
Disney.
sidekicks. I mean, you're just.
There's
I
a bunch
mean,
of them.
immediately your brain, when we mentioned Disney sidekicks, just started firing,
Uh huh.
firing, firing.
Mm-hmm.
And just like in the real world, where you have Abbott and Costello, you have
Laurel and
Bing and
Hardy.
Bob, you have Laurel and Hardy, you have Dean and Jerry. We'll have a couple, three or four that's a package deal where
There's
you get a twofer.
Yeah, we couldn't bear to break them apart. We couldn't choose between them, so we're like, you know what? They're always said in the same breath. They get to stay together.
You know, kind of like Cross and Ken, where Kristen is the sidekick.
Okay, shall we?
Yeah,
Shall
yes,
we begin?
let's go. Honorable mentions
Yes,
first?
sir.
Okay.
All right. Our first honorable mention is Dr. Dawson from The Great Mouse Detective. He's the Dr. Watson type character. He's just a sweetheart. But we love The Great Mouse Detective. I've always had an affinity for Dr. Dawson. I couldn't bring myself to leave him out, so I begged and I pleaded, and I sacrificed a couple of characters that I did want on here in order to get Dawson.
One of a great cohort.
Up next, as our fourth honor or second honorable mention, excuse me, we have Jasper and Horace. They are Cruella's sidekicks, henchmen, whatever you want to call them. The poor abused boys, but they are honestly so precious.
They're just laughable dolts.
They are. Number 3 in our honorable mentions, we have Mushu. It broke my heart to just stick him in the honorable mentions, but guys, Disney has so many good sidekicks.
Eddie Murphy did a
Eddie
phenomenal
Murphy
job.
did such a good job. I am still livid that they eliminated Mushu from the live action Mulan.
So
At number 2, we have, number 4, sorry. The way I've got these labeled was to help me keep them in order, and now it's throwing me off. Our next honorable mention, we have Maui from Moana. Despite the fact that Daddy hates his song, go see Dad's most over and underrated songs from Disney. Daddy doesn't like Maui's song, but he liked Maui enough to put him in the honorable mentions. And last honorable mention, the one that just barely didn't make it into the top 10, we have Tinkerbell. We couldn't leave her out. She's become one of Disney's mascots.
and trademark. I mean, just for many, 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 many years, especially on the Wonderful World of Disney, you expected Tinkerbell to come flying out and sprinkle you to the next scene.
Uh-huh.
So
So, all right.
Peter Pan's sidekick. So
Yes. All right. Now on to the top 10. At number 10, we have Iago, as played by Gilbert Godfrey. He was Jafar's sidekick in Aladdin.
you know, that's one of the things we didn't say. Sidekicks don't have to always be good guys.
Mm-mm.
Gilbert Godfrey played this guy deliciously.
So wonderfully.
And in, I want to say, all of the iterations, the
Every
television
until
show,
his death.
just until he died, he played Iago just incredibly well.
Iago as a character, he's one of the few villain sidekicks that I feel earned his redemption arc. Like, I know that we may not necessarily be counting Return of Jafar, but in Return of Jafar, he got redeemed and he wound up as one of Aladdin's sidekicks for the Aladdin TV show. And then the end of Iago's character arc is running off with Aladdin's dad to be his sidekick, while his dad, played by John Rice Davies, goes off to find his own life at the end of King of Thieves.
Iago, number 10.
At number 9, we have probably the best villain sidekick ever, in my opinion. We have Kronk. He was played by Patrick Warburton. We love Kronk.
This is such a lovable character just because he is nothing bothers him.
Nothing.
I mean, he follows directions and nothing bothers him. And he's just lovable. And he comes over to the good side before it's all said and done.
He does. He does. He listens to the little angel on his shoulder, and that scene gets a great, like, here's the best thing about Kronk. Kronk has become the king of the memes because everywhere you turn, every other meme is one of Kronk.
And this comes
Pull
from
the
the
lever, Kronk.
Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
By the way.
Him and Eartha Kitt made the best team. Eartha Kitt and Patrick Warburton. And they too loved their characters so much that they went on, they were the only returning voice cast that I know of. They went on to voice Kronk and Yzma both in Kronk's New Groove, the straight to DVD sequel to Emperor's New Groove, and the Toon Disney Emperor's New School spin-off, which was weird and I didn't understand it, but whatever. Kronk and Yzma were back at it again, and they were played again by Patrick Warburton and Eartha Kitt. His whoopses, like, he's not even the one saying the lines. It's just Yzma reacting to him that has become the meme.
That's
fabulous.
It is. I mean, go check out the Emperor's New Groove. If you haven't,
those underrated.
You really don't like David Spade and the hero character through the whole film. I really, even after he was redeemed, wasn't real crazy about the Emperor.
Nobody watches Emperor's New Groove for Cusco.
Everybody
watches it for Kronk and Yzma.
They do. It's because they're just.
Kronk is wonderful.
That was number 9. Moving on to number 8.
At number 8, we have Sebastian, the poor minder of Ariel.
Beastie girl.
He tries to babysit the 16-year-old who will not be babysat. She refuses. And he is this poor, long-suffering servant that he's trying not to get turned into a meal, both by Triton and up on land by Louis, the chef. And just bless his soul, he tries so hard. And then he goes and just has one of the best romantic ballads in all of Disney canon.
In Kiss the Girl.
In Kiss the Girl.
Yeah.
As well as having probably one of the most catchy songs in Under the Sea. Like, no diss to Part of Your World, it's lovely. But those two are the songs that everybody came out of Little Mermaid singing.
Now who's beating up on the Disney ballads?
I said nothing about Part of Your World being the ballad. I said at the outset the Sidekicks had the better song.
It wasn't the fun song. It wasn't.
So
and he was played by
Samuel E. Wright.
That's right, Samuel Wright. Yeah.
Or at least that's who's credited with
the grape on the Fruit of the Loom guys for my generation as well. So
that's who was credited with his singing. So that's who I'm going with.
Yeah.
But all right.
Wonderfully Caribbean by nature, fit the part extremely well. The character was good, and Samuel Wright just captured him.
He did. I love Sebastian's always been one of my favorite characters in Disney, but there are other characters that have since taken some places, which is why he's number 8 on the list. At number 7, we have the first of our duos, Lumiere and Cogsworth. And Be Our Guest is one of my favorite Sidekick songs. Like, just, I love Cogsworth and Lumiere. If it wasn't for them, the whole movie would be very dreary. Because Beast is an angsty teenager, Belle is an angsty teenager, Gaston's a giant creep, and Maurice is just there. Mrs. Potts is nice and sweet, but that wouldn't be enough to lighten the mood. So without them, Beauty and the Beast would be a horror movie.
I think it comes from one of those fairy tales that the ending was not a good ending anyway.
It was for Belle and Beast, not so much for Belle's sisters in the book. Anyway, Cogsworth and Lumiere.
They're, without a doubt, yes, they are good Disney sidekicks. Be Our Guest. Okay song. Characters themselves.
And yet they're number
7 on our list. I just don't know how.
You did it.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, at number 6, we have a character that I know you like. We have Little John from Robin Hood. Little John the Bear.
Walking through the forest. Yeah, go and check out my Disney songs ranking, and you'll find out the story behind Robin Hood.
Your most over and underrated Disney songs. Oodle Ollie was on there. I'm not telling you where he was put, but Little John is Little John is what he is in the Robin mythos.
He's Baloo.
Was he played by Phil Harris?
Yes, he was
Okay.
played by Phil
Okay,
Harris.
I thought so, but I didn't
He's
remember.
Baloo
Yes, yes.
in a cap.
We established last time that Robin Hood, especially with the Little John character, Disney used the Xerox animation and reused a lot from the Jungle Book specifically because they basically gave Baloo new colored fur and a shirt and a hat.
You know, we're also hitting on a thing too, is that some of the most incredibly recognized voice actors are Disney actors.
Oh, and we're not even done.
And we're not even close yet. I mean, Phil Harris was, I mean, just instantly recognized as Baloo, as Little John, as any other character he might wind up playing.
He also gets one of the better songs in the score with the Phony King of England. That is the fun song that immediately gets us out of the love ballad because even I admit the love ballad in Robin Hood is the most boring song. I always fast forwarded it when I was watching it as a kid because I was ready to get to the Phony King of England.
Yeah, you're just ready for Phil Harris.
Little John, he's Robin's ride or die. Let's be honest. Like, let's just say that he's the only friend. I mean, Robin does have a lot of friends, but he's the only one that sticks with him. Like, he's the only merry man that Robin has in this version. I mean, Alan Adale is playing narrator. Friar Tuck is still in his church. None of the other merry men are there. We don't even have a Will Scarlet in this version. So, Little John being the one that's like, Robin, just go get the girl. Just go get the girl. Oh, get her. It's very cute. Up next at number 5, we have the second of our duos. We have Timon and Pumbaa, played by Nathan Lane and Ernie
Cimbella.
Thank you, respectively. These two were already kind of a team before they even met on The Lion King because they did the producers together, I think. Or at least they did Broadway. They did Broadway together in some form because I know Ernie was on Broadway and I know Nathan was on Broadway. I think that's where they met before Lion King.
Wonderful pairing.
They recorded all of their lines together.
Yeah, it was just a wonderful, wonderful pairing. The Lion King was that film that just went, you know, it was to Disney animation what Thriller was to pop music.
That's very true.
That's the only, you know,
and what was the song that pervaded everybody's radios after, or everybody's CD players after Lion King came out?
Can You Feel the Love?
No!
Oh.
Hakuna Matata.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people still sing that. They do. I mean, Hakuna Matata, it's, you know, I don't know if it's an African phrase or not, but it's part of our vernacular now. That is for sure. It is, and it was the Sidekicks song, you know. It's just a great pairing. Just wonderful characters.
Them as characters is very nice. Timon has no business raising a child, but Pumbaa does. So they balance each other out because I feel like Simba would have walked all over Pumbaa without Timon.
Did they go ahead and do all of the vocal?
They're still voicing them.
I suspect they did.
Voiced them in the Lion Guard anytime Timon and Pumbaa showed up. Nathan Lane and Ernie
Cimbello
will not let go of these characters,
and they shouldn't. They shouldn't. They made those characters. Those characters are theirs, and they should not be put off on some.
Not at all. We're getting to Daddy's favorite, but you have to say his name the way his boss does. We have Mr. Smee from Peter Pan.
Mr. Smee! I love Mr. Smee from Peter Pan. And the cool thing is, since Disney has now bought Star Wars, you see a droid
in Skeleton
Crew
called SM-33.
SM-33. And if you look at it, Smee! It's so cool. He winds up being a very Smee-like character.
It's a wonderful
in Skeleton
droid.
Crew.
I love that droid.
But back to Peter Pan. I think Mr. Smee redeems the whole thing. I don't like Peter Pan. I almost like Captain Hook better than I do Peter Pan. Tinkerbell's pouty all the way through. You know, the kids from England are spoiled rotten brats. I'm not a huge Peter Pan fan. until it gets to Captain Hook and Mr. Smee. Mr. Smee! I think, Sean Connery should have voiced Captain Hook. He would have done that very, very well, I think. I can hear it now, can't you? Mr. Smee?
I can.
You know?
I can. You want to know what's funny? The actor who originally played him, I don't remember who he was, but he obviously passed away a long time ago. Nowadays, for like the Disney Junior show, Jake and the Neverland Pirates, Corey Burton not only played Captain Hook, but he also played Mr. Smee.
Wow, that's cool. Corey
So
Burton,
he was
hats
doing a
off to you,
vaudeville
buddy.
routine with himself
That's crazy.
on Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
That's crazy. But anyway, Mr. Smee is this just lovable character who follows orders, and
he was the prototype for Kronk. He's the long suffering helper.
He's the first mate for Captain Hook, and he tries to become Captain Hook's conscience, yes,
very
conscience
much so.
to a certain extent, and he's just a lovable pirate.
On to number 3, we have another of Disney's mascots here. We have Jiminy Cricket,
and I think this one is, if we should do an over under character. Disney characters, because I think Jiminy is overrated. I do not like the movie he comes from.
No, we hate the movie.
We hate Pinocchio.
If it wasn't for When You Wish Upon a Star, Jiminy wouldn't even be on this.
And I'm really not a huge fan of Jiminy Cricket. However, that being said, he is a wonderful sidekick, which is the basis for our
list here.
Video here.
He makes it farther in the Disney movie than he does in the book.
I don't.
Pinocchio smashes him with a mallet at the beginning of the book. I hate Pinocchio.
Anyway.
Jiminy
Cricket, like Kristen
also
said.
Also, Give a Little Whistle is his song,
Give a Little Whistle, and When You Wish Upon a Star has become the Disney theme song behind just virtually every opening that you can see. I was about to say,
isn't that the song that plays over the blue background?
Most of the time, it sure is. So Jiminy has gotten one of these. I mean, he's a likable character, but I wouldn't say he's lovable. No. But he serves as probably the reason he is this high up on the list is because he is the saving grace for Pinocchio. He really does a sidekick's job description all the way through the film.
I agree. At number 2, we have the reason I was getting confused at number 6, because at number 2, we have Blue.
Oh, man.
This is really living.
I love the fact that Phil Harris walks into these characters and he's just so 60s. You almost expect him to have a cigarette in one hand and martini in the other and say, hey, man, this is living,
Sway with Thomas O'Malley. That's what's so funny.
Oh, I forgot about him being in the Aristocats.
Yes. He's Thomas O'Malley.
Yes.
O'Malley
he is just this cool cat. And just
Baloo.
As Baloo, he's this cool bear,
He's very easily seduced by Louis Prima's jazz.
Louis Prima's jazz.
During I Want to Be Like You.
Jungle Book is again.
It was
if you go back to source material, it's not a happy joy kind of, and it's not really even in the Disney characterization of it.
No, but he leaves. In the book, he stays.
You get these incredible songs, and you get this jazz king and Louis Prima who comes on, and you get Phil Harris who can scat like a madman, and I can't say Baloo deserves to be 3.
2.
Number 2, Baloo's, and he goes on to become Rescue Rangers. No. Yeah.
Tailspin.
Sorry.
Rescue Rangers is Chippendale.
Yeah, he comes along in Tailspin.
Play him?
I don't
think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
I think somebody who did a very good job of his voice played him, though. But anyway, Baloo is this character that was written for the Jungle Book, and he is the antithesis of who you really want raising your kid.
He's also kind of that one character that kind of makes you want to cry at the very end, because he wants so badly to keep taking care of Mowgli. He's gotten very attached to him, and then Mowgli goes off to the man village, and then he's just like, well, Bagheera, guess it's just you and me. Let's go scat.
He's the crazy uncle.
Baloo is the
He's Uncle Buck.
But Bagheera is the responsible parent. Baloo is the reason we need the responsible parent. But Blue is the person. That's the reason we're saying I need an adult. One more.
Who is number one on our top 10 countdown
Take
of
a
Disney?
wild guess.
We talked about this so long ago. I don't. Is it another pairing?
Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, Genie from Aladdin.
That makes sense.
We couldn't put Robin Williams anywhere but number one. Let's all be real. Robin Williams was, is, and will forever be a king in this film.
He was at his creative peak, I think.
I still would love to see the masters of him just riffing.
The some of the references, fabulous hair. I love the feathers. Kids did not understand
that. In my
that.
head until literally 2 months ago when Dad explained that it was Joan Lockhart.
June Lockhart.
June Lockhart.
Yeah, and Harry Reasoner, who were narrating or the hosts
The Macy's Parade.
for the Macy's Parade back in my day when I was, 5, 6, and 7. But he just riffed on these cultural iconic themes that kids really didn't get, but Robin Williams did get, and those of us who were his age, we got it too, and we're just dying laughing, and our kids are like, huh?
I was one of those kids that was just like, huh, but at the same time, and props to the animators for doing such an amazing job.
Yeah, trying to follow the frenetics of it all.
Giving Genie life. But, I mean, Robin Williams, I miss him to this day. Genie as a character.
Number one sidekick
as a character. Ever. He goes out of his way for Aladdin. He is rightfully hurt when Aladdin backstabs him, for want of a better term. And then, but the minute Jafar shows up, and he's like, ha, you seem sketch, my guy. Oh crap, you're my master. And it's just like, even though Jafar is his master, Genie's just over here like mocking him. 2, 4, 6, 8, blah, 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 blah. Like, Jafar, he's our man. If he can't do it, great. Like, it's just so wonderful. I don't think any of Genie's lines that went into the movie were actually in the script, which is why Aladdin was disqualified from Best Original Screenplay, because most of what wound up in the movie was not on the script.
You need to follow that up and find out that for sure.
No, it's the trivia.
Oh, wow.
The reason it wasn't nominated for Best Original Screenplay was because at least 80% of Genie's stuff wasn't his lines.
I'd be curious to go back and read that original script.
It would be so dry.
However,
it would come off so dry.
Maybe not. But because Disney always employs good writers.
80% was him riffing. There's more. There is over 100 hours of Robin Williams riffing that didn't make it into the movie. There is over 100 hours of recording somewhere hidden in the Disney vault of Robin just riffing.
I suspect that they have some contractual obligations that they...
Now, granted, this is possibly between the 2 movies that Williams did, because he came back for for King of Thieves. He was not in Return of Jafar. He had a falling out with someone at Disney, did not want to come back for Return of Jafar or the movie. They got a decent double.
It was Bart Simpson's voice.
I have no idea who that is.
I mean, not Bart, Homer. It was Homer Simpson's voice.
Still have no idea who that is.
From The Simpsons.
Yes, I know that, but I don't know the actor. I don't remember
the character's name. Yeah,
I don't know who the actor is. But he came back for Return of the King. Return of the King. Yes, it was the Return of the King. It was Return of Robin Williams for King of Thieves. But they very specifically put in the script Robin riffs. I kid you not. They put in the script, instead of parts of dialogue, except where they needed him to move the plot along, they put Robin riffs. Robin does whatever he wants.
That was the genius of Robin Williams. I mean, it's just, that's why Genie's number one.
That's why Genie's number one.
Because I don't think it was written by Disney. Call it what you will, folks. You've heard it here first.
It was
again. We report, you decide.
But that's it. Genie's number one. So that brings us to the end of our countdown. What do you guys think? Should we have bumped the people that Dad has that since we made this list decided are overrated, and put in some other folks. Like I've still got everybody here listed.
Yeah, I
But
mean, we probably forgot some sidekicks that maybe you find very near, dear, and sidekicky in your
what's
heart.
really sad is that we don't really get Disney sidekicks anymore, at least not ones that are as memorable as the ones we've mentioned today. Make sure to leave a comment, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and
Ring the notification bell.
so that you know when we upload. Are you okay?
Yes, I was just trying to, be that forceful character to my handy dandy sidekick.
Anyway, we've been Cross and Kin. I'm
And
Kristen.
I'm Randy, the Cross in Cross and Kin. We will see you next time.
Bye.